Yes, so I was watching the grand final the other day of the AFL football, the Australian rules football, I should say, because I mean that's what it is. It's the Australian game, and the AFL's taken that over as a brand name, but that's not really the brand name at all, is it? It's just the AFL. Now it was the VFL when I was interested in it, but. What I really wanted to talk about, the game was terrible, and don't get me started about modern football because it's just a totally different game, isn't it now? If you want excitement, come down to the Bowls Club when the A grades are playing and hang on to your hats because you'll see excitement there, but I was watching it with my grandson, and I was reminded of something. I was telling him about what his dad did with my son. I used to take him down to the Wagga Tigers, and we'd watch those local games, which are very different because they don't have as many in the crowd, so you can get very close. But so for you, maybe and not for me, the goal umpire at the football will, when there's been a goal kicked, it's his job to signal to everybody that it's been a goal. So he comes and he pulls out both fingers, a bit like John Wayne with the 6 shooters with a couple of pistols, and he points out, and that's a goal. That's what he says with the 2 fingers, and that's to let everybody in the ground know that that's been a goal. Well, my boy, he used to get behind the goals with a couple of his bloody mates, and they would, when they could see it had been a goal and they knew the goal umpire was going to come out and give the signal, he'd yell out, "Hey ump, how big's ya?" And then private parts, let's say, use your imagination, he'd say something about, "How big's your private parts?" And then the goal umpire would make that gesture with his finger, and the implication was that he had a very large member. Now, there was one goal umpire in particular who caught wind of this, and then what he would do is when my boy and his friends would start yahooing, he would make the gesture very wide with his elbows, and then he'd come in very close with his fingers. They'd be not as far apart as what they'd usually be, but still wide enough to make you think, oh, he has got a very generous member indeed. And I was trying to explain this to my grandson about what his dad had been up to. I was not condoning it because I'd been very angry when I found out about this back in the days, but looking back, it was a bit of harmless fun, wasn't it, to get behind the crowds always in there banging on the signs and yahooing, but yeah, just to give the ump a bit of something was funny, and it was also just interesting thinking back to the way that the umpire had sort of taken on the gag as well. So anyway, that's my walk down memory lane. Thank you.